Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
14 is Texas Tech.
Yeah, they don't have who's their quarterback?
Will Hammond? Where did he come from? What's his name?
It's not Sorsby anymore.
You can bet on that. Will Hammond was at Texas Tech?
Yeah, he's a Texas. He's just been around.
They said, hey, we're getting a degenerate gambler to replace you. And he's like, that's what you think. We're going to find out that Will Hammond turned this guy in.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle's right there, doing his best to produce the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you get through the day better than him. And I hope you enjoyed roughly 6 hours of content from the University of Memphis yesterday. We were at the Billy J. Murphy Athletic Complex, celebrating Tigers All Access in anticipation of what is a big season of Memphis football, opening up the remade Simmons Bank Stadium. We were joined by Dr. Ed Scott, Tony Manlock, Julius Stefford. It's a fun day at the University of Memphis. We'll talk about it a little bit more here in a second. First, though, let me quickly set today's schedule for you. Chris Vernon is the host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays noon, Grind City Media. He's going to pop in here in the next segment. We'll talk some Memphis football, Memphis basketball stuff, but also NBA topics because the Lakers continue to be a big subject of conversation. Are they going to sell or not? Is Jeannie Buss fighting with her siblings, or who's going to win that war? I'll talk to Vernon about it. He'll be in here in about 15 minutes or so. Finish talking to him, take a break, come back, 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories, among them Jane Daniels' decision to send a cease and desist letter to his alma mater has backfired, arguably worse than when that master manipulator, habitual liar, Drake, he did the same thing to a record label. We're going to laugh at all of this. The memes are incredible. The tweets are great. We'll make fun of Jane Daniels for, I think, the 3rd time in less than a week. We're going to do that in about 40 minutes. Andy Kennedy is the new athletic director at UAB. I love it. I know he's our Battle of the Bones rival.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm not ignorant to that. But I like Andy Kennedy, and I love that he's the at least interim AD at UAB. We'll celebrate AK. We'll do that in just a bit. Cubs star Pete Crow Armstrong, he made some history on Tuesday. I'll tell you why that's hard for me to watch. We'll do that a little later on in the show. The Brewers won again on Tuesday. Final score, this is a baseball score for you, 22-0.
Jesus.
22-0? That was Major League Baseball history. We'll try to make sense of it. We'll do it in the third segment, and the numbers are in for last weekend's Fever Dream game. It was officially the most watched WNBA game in the history of ESPN. I'll tell you how many people watched it. We'll do that during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's Carryout, and that's when we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to, but I did want to start just by thanking Jenna Darnell, everybody else who helped make yesterday possible. By yesterday, I mean our appearance over at the University of Memphis. We're at the Billy J. Murphy Athletic Complex. Charles Huff was there. Dr. Ed Scott was there. Tony Madlock sat down with us. It was a fun day over there. It's just good to be back on campus. I know you felt the same way.
I did feel the same, man. That was really good. I always love going back over there. Again, shout out to Jenna Darnell and everybody that put that together. That was really good. That was really good. It just feels good to be back. And like, dude, when we were there last year, we were on that football, like the indoor practice field.
Sure.
But I hadn't gone inside the actual facility.
It's great.
Where we were, dude, it's like, I mean, you feel like you're in like a super high level college football facility. It was awesome.
I don't know if you know this, but you speaking to somebody who used to go over to the South Campus, as they called it once upon a time, and I'd sit at the football facility and I'd talk to the football coach at the time when I was in school. His name was Rip Shearer, and I'm just telling you, it
didn't look like that.
It didn't look nothing
like that? No.
It looked nothing like that.
Yeah.
The investment that they have made in that program and the investment that they have made in the entire athletic department. Like Dr. Scott told us yesterday, like they are full rev share, and not every university outside of the Power Four is. In fact, you ready? Almost none are. Almost none. You could spin up to here. Most don't. Sure, everybody in the SEC does. Everybody in the Big Ten does. They got more money than they know what to do with. But you get outside of the Power Four, and that's not a normal thing.
Right.
And yet at Memphis, it is a normal thing. I don't know that it can continue to be forever without a better conference affiliation, and we'll get to that in a second. But right now, they are doing everything they can do to try to elevate that athletic department, to try to be the best it can be in every reasonable way you could hope for. And that starts with football, I think, obviously, but also men's basketball, women's basketball, women's soccer, which is undeniably the best sport on that campus and has been for a long time. So it was just nice to see it up close. I've said this for a long time. I only live about 20 minutes from that campus.
Yep.
I live just off of Getwell.
Yes.
I can literally just come out of my neighborhood, drive a little ways, get on Getwell, and I'm like, I run right into the campus. You don't have to take too many turns. I'm about 20 minutes away, and I'm never there. I don't think my little guys, I don't know if they've ever walked around the University of Memphis campus. They've walked around some college campuses. They've walked around different parts of this world. I don't know that they've ever walked around the campus where their dad went to school, And that makes me sad on some level. And it's just the lack of something that automatically pulls you there, right? This is the argument I've made for, at this point, decades about an on-campus stadium. My kids have walked around Ole Miss because they've been to football games there. Because if you're going to go to an Ole Miss football game, if you want to go see Trinidad Chambliss, you got to go to the football stadium. Well, where's the football stadium? It's right in the middle of the campus. And so you walk around that campus, and then their mom can go, yeah, that's where I took that class, and that's where I took that class, and that's where I, had a good time on that football Saturday, and don't you remember this? And it's just fun stuff to do. And though I love my alma mater and appreciate everything it has, helped contribute to my life, I hate that there is nothing that draws me and other people like me, you and I, back to that campus regularly. I don't get back there that often. There's not a basketball game to go to on that campus, on the men's side, that we go to. There's not a football game played on that campus that would pull you there the way it does at Mississippi State or Tennessee, at Ole Miss, Arkansas, most other places. And so we don't get there that often. And every time I get there, I try to appreciate it. I try to just look around a little bit, and I had a good time just looking around a little bit yesterday.
Yes, I did too. It was really good, and I enjoyed your conversation with Dr. Scott as well. It was good stuff.
Well, I kept it longer than I anticipated, and I think
that's okay. You had a lot to talk about.
Well, I think he's just a good talker, and so he's easy to speak too. You know, you don't ever in this setting, I guess unless you're Joe Rogan or somebody like that, expect to talk to somebody for, 40 minutes. We don't usually do interviews that long. Where it's, Vernon and I might talk for 40 minutes, but we're kind of just talking.
Mm-hmm.
When you're asking somebody questions, that's not usually a 40-minute thing in this setting. But he's just easy to talk to, and like you said, there's a lot to talk about. If you don't mind me asking you, what do you think the most interesting thing that came out of that was?
Ooh, probably y'all's discussion about. Well, I mean, you were the one that brought it up, but I mean, frankly, I didn't realize this when you said that like there was some regret from some athletic department or from some athletic directors about not taking that offer from Memphis back when it happened.
Yeah, Stephen clipped that, and
yeah.
it got some attention. I appreciate him doing that. That's sincere. I think we talked about it on the show. I had not talked about it publicly with Ed since I'd gotten back, but I was at the Big 12 spring meetings down in Frisco, Texas, representing CBS Sports, and you're around Brett Yormark, the Big 12 commissioner, and you're around the associate commissioners, and more than that, you're around the football coaches, basketball coaches, and the sitting athletic directors. And I want to be clear, because I don't want to overstate it. It wasn't like every single person I encountered was like, let's talk about Memphis and the Big 12 and what a mistake we made to not accept the offer that that university brought to the table. It wasn't like that at all. What I said yesterday was true. I talked to multiple athletic directors who told me, I wish that would have gone differently. I wish we would have more seriously considered that. I think we made a mistake. Not all athletic directors, but multiple, more than one. And the reason was because some of the stuff Vernon and I have talked about in recent weeks, which was, Memphis had hundreds of millions of dollars in corporate sponsorships set up. And it was like, take us, and there's really no risk for you. And if you don't want us in a few years, kick us out. I mean, you can Google and find all the details, but it was like, just give us a chance. Just give us a chance. You'll make money by giving us a chance. You'll lose money in no way whatsoever. Just let us play with you. It was really like just showing up and just let us play with you, man. We'll pay for ourselves. We'll overpay. There's no risk. If you don't like us, divorce us. We'll include. You got to easy out. Just let us in. And then if you want to kick us out, you won't ever let us in. Let us in. I bet you'll like us. And if you don't, you can kick us out. And it was just rejected almost out of hand, like very quickly. Just like, no. And I had multiple people in those meetings. And yes, I should be clear. They know where I'm from, so they know who they're talking to. I'm not, ignorant to that. But it seems sincere that we should have more seriously considered that, because what I then told Dr. Scott is 100% true. I've said this for decades. Houston is a bigger market than Memphis. And clearly, Houston football has been a thing. Houston basketball with Kelvin Sampson is one of the best things there is. I completely understand why the Big 12 wanted Houston. But Houston does not matter in Houston the way Memphis matters in Memphis. It just doesn't. Trust me, there is no equivalent to Grind City Media, no sports talk radio station in Houston that's just going to go spend an entire day at the University of Houston in the football complex. That's not happening. If they were to do that, it would be with the Texans or the Astros or the Rockets, you name it. Central Florida is an amazing university. Orlando is terrific. I get why the Big 12 would be interested in that. A program that's gone undefeated, a program that's been ranked in all these ways, on-campus stadium that's great, the Orlando market, Florida recruiting ground. I understand all of that. Central Florida does not matter in Orlando the way Memphis matters in Memphis. I have made the argument before, and I think I could make it and win it, that if you start talking about big league markets, and we'll just define that as you have a Major League Baseball team or an NFL franchise or an NBA franchise. How many places where you have one of those three things, and I'm defining it by those three because those are the three biggest, you have one of those three things. how many places does the college athletic department in that city matter as much as Memphis matters in Memphis? I don't know that there's another place like it. Like Louisville's a real city where Louisville matters, but they don't have an NBA franchise, NFL franchise, MLB franchise. How many places? Like Marquette is awesome. It matters in Milwaukee. It does not matter in Milwaukee as much as Memphis matters in Memphis. They do not talk about Marquette every day the way Memphis gets talked about, the university in Memphis every day. It matters immensely. So when I said that to Dr. Scott, like that's coming from a real place. And I think that's a real blind spot power conferences have had for a long time. What I said, I mean. If you just tapped Memphis on the head and said, you're a Big 12 program now, go. It would operate like a Big 12 program, look like a Big 12 program, perform like a top half Big 12 program immediately. It would happen like that. All you have to do is give them that television money and give them that schedule in the sports that matter and tell them to go. And I don't know if the Big 12 is ever going to realize that, but I think the main takeaway for me from yesterday's conversation with Dr. Scott is that, yeah, I brought up the ACC. He didn't. But he didn't shut it down. He didn't say, well, you know, he sort of leaned into it, and that seems to be the expectation. And if you didn't catch it, I hope you go back and see it. But the premise was more or less, everybody has assumed for a while, or at least most people have assumed for a while, that the ACC is going to break up in some form eventually. And in some form, it means Virginia, North Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, some of the big football brands and or just elite academic institutions like UNC, Virginia. They're going to be desired by the SEC or the Big Ten. And those conferences will eventually make room for them. And when it is financially sensible for them to leave, they will leave. But most people have put that date around 2030, not around now. But this Protect College Sports Act that is floating around Washington and getting amended, at least up until a point, by the day, there's real thought that this could pass. Not as early as they had hoped, but perhaps as early as next month. Got to get it through the Senate, then get it through the House. But if it does, it becomes federal law. And initially, in the bill, it had a clause that said if it was trying to shut down Power 4 movement. So it was like, if you want to try to leave a Power 4 conference for another Power 4 conference, then you have to wait 5 years. Just sort of be in, as Dr. Scott put it, purgatory for 5 years. Just you're an independent for 5 years, which is almost like you don't do it. It's almost like the second apron in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Like you can do it if you want to, but nobody wants to, so you don't, with few exceptions. This would be with no exceptions. There's just no scenario where you're leaving a Power 4 conference, being an independent for 5 years to join another Power 4 conference. It was a non-starter. And as Dr. Scott said, and I agreed, that was bad for Memphis because the most obvious way Memphis ever upgrades conferences is somebody leaves a Power 4 conference. Then a Power 4 conference that just got left needs replacements. That's you. But this bill was putting it where there's going to be no movement at the Power 4 level. So if there's no movement, why does anybody ever want you? If they just wanted you to want you, they could want you already. The only reason they would ever want you, based on history, is if they need you to replace somebody. But if there's nobody to replace, there's nowhere for you to go. That would have been bad for Memphis. The amendment, at least proposed, is that, and this is where it sort of speeds up the whole process. Once this bill, if it becomes federal law, you have 180 days, if you're a Power 4 school, to leave and go to another Power 4 conference. After that, now you're locked in that 5-year window. So Clemson, Florida State, Virginia, North Carolina, anybody else, you might have been looking at this before this bill and saying, okay, it costs us this much money to go now. Can't do that. Next year, that much money, still not good. But eventually, it gets to a price point where now we can do it. That's when we're doing it. And that was years away. But on a calendar somewhere in an athletic department, I promise you, that's when we're going. That's when the price drops to this. That's when we're going here. If this bill passes, it almost doesn't matter what the price is. If you want to go, you need to go now. Because if you don't go now, you're locked in for 5 years of independence, 5 years of purgatory. So how does that impact the University of Memphis? If they go now, you got to be ready to go now. And when we talked about all of this, he didn't try to slow talk it, did he?
No, I didn't think so.
No, he was like sort of nodding along.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go back and watch it for yourself, but was sort of nodding along. Like I was sort of laying it out, and he was sort of nodding along. And so this isn't crazy. There's a scenario where lawmakers come back to Washington. They, adjust this, fix this, lobbyists get this changed, that changed. There'll be a bunch of changes. But eventually you get this passed. It goes through the Senate, it goes through the House, and it's federal law. And then these are the rules we're operating by. And at that point, according to the latest amendments to it, the second it goes through, you got 180 days. Hey, Clemson, if you want to get out of the ACC, you got to go. Hey, Florida State, you want to get out of the ACC? Time to go. North Carolina, Virginia, the Big Ten want you because they really love your academic standards. It's time to go. But, man, we don't know if it's worth paying this much money to go now. We weren't planning to go now. Yeah, but it's federal law. If you don't go now, you ain't going. So you got to go now. So they'll go. They'll leave. And when they leave, the ACC is going to need somebody. And what you hope is that it's Memphis. And I think, you never know, but I would predict that's the way this goes. If you're a Memphis fan now, this is the simplest way I could put it. Perhaps it's oversimplified, but if you're a Memphis fan, this is what you should be rooting for. And I struggle with this because I'm conflicted. I don't like this bill. If you just made it about what do I think is right and wrong, I would not vote for it. Primarily because it puts a cap on what college athletes can make. And I don't like putting a cap on what college athletes can make without college athletes having a say. They have not had a say in this process, not in any real way. I'm fundamentally against that. I would vote no every time. That's me as me. Now put me over here, Gary Parrish, University of Memphis alum, who wants great things for the university. You know what you probably want? That bill to pass with the bylaw that if you're going to move from Power 4 to Power 4, you got to go within 180 days. Because that forces North Carolina, Virginia, Clemson, Florida State, anybody else who can go, it forces them to go now. And it forces the Big Ten, SEC, the conferences that might want them, it forces them to invite them now. Hey, we weren't planning to do this, but here we are. If we're going to do this ever, we got to do it now. You ready? Let's go. You'll get multiple schools. I would predict if this bill passes, you will have multiple schools, either in late 2026 or early 2027, leave the ACC. And that's when the ACC, I would predict, would pick up the phone and call Memphis and say, hey, you know that deal you took to the Big 12? Had all that corporate money connected to it? Bring it to us. And you're in. And does that mean that Memphis would be in a conference with North Carolina and Virginia and Florida State and Clemson? Perhaps not. But you know who it would be in a conference with? Louisville.
Yep.
Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, and a lot of like-minded athletic departments that have accomplished real things in both football and basketball. For the first time in a long time, Memphis would be in a conference that Memphis fans could get excited about. And though we have hoped that would be the case for a long time and thought it might be the case again, around 2030 or so because of this federal bill, if it passes, it could be the case late this year or early next. Could have new logos connected to the university. I'd like that.
Me too.
And talking to Dr. Scott yesterday, just to wrap this all up, he didn't shut any of it down. He's smarter than I am about this stuff and most things. Also in the know more than I am about these things. But as I was laying it out to the best of my ability, he didn't shut me down at all. He was sort of just nodding along. I think he has expectations about where this thing is heading.
And if it breaks the right way, then it could be good stuff. Chris Vernon will join us next.
I was going to be rational about the
weren't.
Yes, I was. I didn't even really have like the oomph. Like, sure, I was thirsty for football. Sure, like Carson Beck had that one really nice throw.
What am I? My fault. What the hell am I doing? Why am I paying this attention?
Oh, sorry.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Stop it, bro. You ain't never had to check
They
nobody.
started right there. That's
Oh, and
crazy.
that is a real hat. I got that hat from the Hall of Fame of Memphis, Tennessee, man. Yeah, little move from 520. I talking about I had a plain black hat on.
He was saying something like,
They said you had a gas station.
they said he had a gas station hat on, bro.
Hey, it's at the Q-Mart. You can get the 2 wings if you wanted to.
For $6.99, bro. Come on now.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Welcome back, Gary Parrish Show. We're inside the Built Ford Tough Studio, and on Wednesdays in the second segment, I'm joined by Chris Vernon. He's the host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays noon, Grind City Media, and he was host of the Chris Vernon Show yesterday. He had Memphis football coach Charles Huff with him. How was that?
Oh, he's unbelievable.
He's great, isn't he?
You know, I was listening on the way in, and you were talking about going over there and covering Rip. That's the first coach. Who was the coach before Rip? That's the first coach I remember. That's when I moved here.
Was it Chuck Stobart before Rip?
I think it was Chuck Stobart.
Yeah.
Rip Shear was the coach when I moved to Memphis in 2000. So I don't know Memphis football prior
Before
to.
that, right.
I don't know any. I never covered a coach prior to him. I think Huff. Now Tommy was really good, but it was like the old school Southern good.
Yeah.
I think Huff's the best talker we've ever had.
I think I would
that.
that.
That's 26 years. Like, I'm talking like if I were going to say, because they had their moments, right? Like Silverfield loosened up when he was on with us, and obviously I like Mike Norvell quite a bit. But I'm just talking about like if I was going to hire somebody to like stand up there and do a TED Talk.
Yes.
He's a TED Talk guy.
There's no question. Like Tommy was good in the sense that Tommy would just talk to you like a normal person.
Yes.
Like I was a young reporter, and we'd be at a football practice, and Tommy West would be the type. He'd just walk by and he'd be like, "Oh man, I done took the biggest shit in the world." Like he's just like that.
Tommy West was.
That's not a quote. I want to be clear.
Right.
That was the sentiment. He was just like that kind of guy. Whereas like Charles Huff looked like, all right, turn me up, Charles Huff.
No, Tommy West is intensely likable.
The most likable.
Yes,
the best.
But if I were like gonna say like, hey, we've got this group of this corporate event that we're going to be having. Get up there and give a speech on success.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, he has got, it's unbelievable. He's really like, he's very persuasive. And again, he keeps saying, he takes all the bullets out. He's like, I think he understands. how good he is at talking about himself, football, the world, whatever it may be. And he always, almost after he makes this like incredibly poignant point, or he always at the end says, and none of that matters if I don't win.
That's right.
Right? Like, I mean, this is all.
I mean,
right? I sound good.
Yeah.
But
you know who you
they're gonna say is a guy that sounds good and can't win football games.
That's right, and like
because you know who sounds good? Dabo.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Dabo is a good talker.
I'll tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
But the guy
when he was winning 12 games a year,
yeah,
the world was in on Dabo.
I never got there.
Like, stop. Bring your own guts.
I got all that.
All that. He was the guy.
For me. It was for most. It wasn't for me. But the guy who popped into my head is like good talker but couldn't coach. Derek Dooley. I remember him being like, "Oh, he's interesting,
thoughtful."
Yeah, just thoughtful. Like, there's an interesting guy. I know he like went viral for like he just tell weird stories.
Yeah,
but I was like, that's an interesting guy, and it's like, yeah, but a shitty football coach, so that's a problem.
Yeah, but I think Huff. I mean, look, he says all the right things, and the other thing is, I think my biggest takeaway from yesterday was talking to the players. Most importantly, Amir Foster, who's an outstanding safety. Who look?
He's gonna be fun, man.
You bring a kid from Marshall, and then he goes to Southern Miss with you, and then he ends up at Memphis with you.
Right.
You're bringing that kid along because you know he can help you win football
100%.
games. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like,
you dump those dudes off if you don't love them.
Yes.
You dump them off. It's an easy drop off.
Here's somebody that can help me win football games, right? And just to hear him talk about Coach Huff, and then to talk about following him. I mean, 3 schools, that's a big ask. Going from school to school to school. You know, and by the way, the kid is from Miami.
Right.
He played high school football for Fernando Mendoza and played at Christopher Columbus.
But it goes, I'll follow you anywhere.
Huntington, West Virginia, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee.
And if it was somewhere else next year, I'll follow you there.
That's crazy.
No, it's a little bit like you can learn things about people. Nobody has to say a word. You just have to watch what's happening. Morez Johnson.
Yep.
That Dusty May, the Mavericks, there's no scenario where the Mavericks or anybody else, I think, is taking Morez Johnson where they took him.
Right.
But Dusty May clearly made the case. I want this guy with me. I just spent the past year with him. That says everything I need to know. I don't know whether he's going to be a great player in the NBA, but that tells me everything I need to know about what kind of dude he is. Because if they're just...
Also, the other two.
Well, like
Mara and Yaxel were both projected to be lottery guys as well.
Right. But I mean, like, Dusty clearly said, I want this guy to come with me. I've been with him for a year.
Right.
I want him to stay with me. That means something to me.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And, now,
and that's what this is, too.
3 schools.
Yeah. Stay with me.
And not big ones.
Right.
And from what I was told, both him and the kid, what's the kid's name that Jessica did the video on? Tap? What do they call him?
The Freak.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
When I was leaving yesterday.
You saw him?
Oh, my. He is terrifying. Like, this guy, I think they said he had 8.5 sacks last year. He is huge. Yeah. And he, like, does not keep track of his beard, nothing. I mean,
like Benny, a little bit like Benny.
I'm talking, this is dark alley, dude. He's sweet as can be, but I was like, God, he was walking up, like the walking up into the football facility when we were walking out, and I was like, and one of the guys that works there was like, yeah, he's the one. And I was like, he was like, there was a bunch of monster schools coming after him.
Right.
I mean, you have 8.5 sacks, right? And I mean, he's another one, but I mean, he was Southern Miss as well, right? He was the kid that I'm talking about. Is it Morez? What's the kid's name? I can't remember now. But Jessica, there's a video on Grind City Media about it. Monster,
right?
And again, another kid that he brought because he thinks he can help him win games.
Of course, another like a byproduct of just us being out there yesterday. It does get me more fired up. Like I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready. I can't wait for next Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super fun. Also, it's kind of interesting. He is like one of these, one coach, one voice.
Right.
Those guys, you know what I mean? Like that's a Saban thing. Decker doesn't talk. Guidry doesn't talk. I think they talk once in the spring, maybe once in the.
But I don't know that you have to run a program that way.
No.
But when the head guy is so good at it, just let him be the voice.
Yes.
Because he's like great. Like he's naturally gifted at that.
The other thing is there's just this massive unknown.
Right.
I have no idea what they're going to. I have no idea if they're going to be good. I don't know. Like, I mean, he yesterday they keep on saying 71, and then yesterday one of the guys like, no, it's actually 81. 81.
Yeah.
81 new players.
I am always like, I don't even know why this pops into my head, but there is no scenario where I could sign 81 players and even know them all.
It's crazy.
Like learn their names, recognize them when they walk in the building. There's no scenario where I could recognize 81 new people.
81. They have 81 new players. I mean, that's just kind of, I mean, that's
I struggle with like recognizing people I used to live with.
It's so crazy too because like we're not that far removed from like this is third year on the team or he's a 4-year starter. Will there ever be a 4-year starter again?
Yes, because there's.
I don't think so.
Well, if this bill becomes federal law, there's going to be a limit on how many times you can transfer, and then there's also a component in place where you can overpay. It's almost like bird rights in the NBA.
But I'm saying like,
you can overpay to keep your players.
No. Well, but you got to take in all the things that have to happen.
Right.
Like you're just thinking about the transfer thing. Mm-hmm. You have to be good enough.
Okay, here's where it's
Number one, you have to be good enough to be a freshman, to play as a freshman. Number two, you got to be not good enough to not leave after your junior year to go to the NFL.
Okay.
And then, so I don't. The days of the Seth Hennigan, and forget just quarterback, I mean any position.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. I got it for you. Caden Daughtry is going to be the one. And here's how it's going to happen. He's a class of 2020. He's like the number 1 high school player in the country.
Okay.
He just dominated Peach Jam, EYBL. Okay. You've talked about him.
Yep.
He's 6 foot tall.
Oh, this is the Sam Vicini kid.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He's 6 foot tall. He's little. All right. Tyler Tanner at Vanderbilt's going to be like this too. Awesome college players. Too little to be a lottery pick. But make $8 million playing college basketball.
So small guards
or like 6'8" centers. Tyler Hansborough coming out of high school today would be a 5-year starter making $50 million.
But also, I'm saying same team.
Oh yeah,
I'm not saying 4-year starter. I'm saying 4-year starter at your school.
Yeah, so like
because you also got to be like a good school too.
All right, so let's just say Caden Daughtry goes to Miami because he's from Florida. All right, so he's like in Fort Lauderdale, so he goes to Miami. He's going to stay close to home. They pay all the money to keep him, and then it's like, all right, he's a first-team All-American as a freshman because he's awesome. All right, now what? You want to enter the draft? Enter the draft. All right, you know what they tell you? Man, you're 5'11".
Right.
All right. Yeah, you'll get picked 24th. Well, 24th pick makes $6 million, or not even that, $3 million. Come back to Miami for 8. All right. Come back to Miami again for 11. All right. Come back to Miami again for 13.
Yeah, but is there a come to Kansas for 20? You know what I'm saying? That's the other hard part of this.
Yes, but this is where, hey, you're already home.
Yeah.
This is home, and we can overpay for you because of the bird rights component of the federal law. I mean, like really? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's weird to talk about, but this is where we're headed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I do think we're going to get back to that where you're not having this much roster turnover.
Well, we can't even get a 2-year starter in Memphis basketball.
It's tough now. Oh, in the American in basketball now?
You can't get a 2-year starter.
They get bought right off the campus.
Yes.
Yeah. In the American, really football and basketball, if you are good as a coach or a player in that conference, you move on to the next conference. It's almost like being, I hate to talk about this as the University of Memphis, like a AAA program. Like this was the telltale.
PJ Haggerty's been to 2.
That's the thing.
Since he was an All-American.
This was the telltale sign of things have changed. And you could make John Calipari the coach at Memphis, or Dan Hurley or John Shire. It doesn't matter. They will never recruit under the current umbrella of college athletics. They can't recruit number 1 recruiting classes anymore. Derrick Rose would never come play at Memphis right now. I know he did. It wasn't that long ago. You couldn't get Jalen Duren right now. And this was the telltale sign when in the same year, Memphis lost. If you were to just say, hey, what are the 3 best programs on campus? Football, men's basketball, women's soccer. If you could keep one player from each of those programs for the next year, which ones would it be? This guy, and this girl. And they all 3 transferred to Power 4 conferences.
Yeah. Well,
PJ Haggerty, this will forever be true. He was the first, I don't know if people ever picked up on this. He was the first Memphis All-American men's basketball player to leave Memphis for something other than the NBA draft. It had never happened before.
No.
And this is where we're at.
Well, and
this is why you've got to get in the new
now,
league.
but you do have to get in the other league. But the other thing is maybe then your market inefficiency that you can capitalize is actually the young guys. I was having this discussion the other night. There's a guy I met whose son's an amazing baseball player. Great. And got recruited by all manner of teams. And I think he's going to MTSU. I think that's where he's going. He's going to MTSU. And he said, we talked to all manner of people about it. And one of the things they said to us was, go to the smaller school and go prove yourself first. He goes, because he's got a teammate who got recruited by Arkansas, and he signed with Arkansas, and they called him last week, and they pulled it. You know what I mean? And he's like, and that's what's happening, right?
Yes.
Because like a lot of the big schools, they're going to find somebody that already hit 320 playing for Austin Peay or whatever, right? So just go and play at the smaller school, and then so that's what I'm saying. You could actually end up having some really great players just because if that's how all the others are operating, 100%. And we'll see with Fred and look, in another world, Fred and Cello and some of these kids that are coming to Memphis next year,
right.
There's no way they probably. I mean, you'd have been battling for them. They might have stayed home, right? But I mean, you'd have been. But like,
no, the Dukes and Kentuckys don't want them right now.
That's right.
Yes.
And
this is my advice to the extent anybody ever asked for it. To like, if you are a McDonald's All-American, go wherever you want.
Yeah,
Duke,
right.
Kentucky, North Carolina. You're go. But let's say you're 50 and below. Right now, you know where I'm going? VCU.
Yep. Memphis.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. You got a market inefficiency where like you could actually.
Here's the way the market's working right now in terms of rev share NIL. Transfer portal experience proven guys. Flory Badunga coming out of Kansas. Right. Jackson Shellstad coming out of Oregon. Those are the ones worth the most money. The high school prospects, if you're Tyron Stokes, if you're the number one. Right. But the guy ranked 50th in the country, 75th, 100th, they're not worth that much right now because the power conferences, the Bill Selfs are saying, well, I'm just operating in the transfer portal, experienced guys, and like number one pick in the draft. You are sitting on my bench. I don't even want you. I'm not wasting money on you. So you're not worth anything. Where you become worth something is when you're a Sun Belt Player of the Year.
Yep.
When you average 15 points at Murray State. So the best thing you can do as a high school player, if you're not a McDonald's All-American, go to a school where you can play. Do not sit on the bench. Right. Go produce. Get a statistical profile, and then the general managers running numbers are going to find you and offer you $2 million. Yeah. That's the way it works. Yeah.
I think that's the way it'll. Yeah. I mean, going forward. And so it's good because, like, you actually, that's why those kids, when we wrap it back around to the kids we talked to yesterday and the ones that were highlighted, like, those kids were all, like, the Amir Fosters of the world and the defensive end and those guys, like, they were awesome at Marshall. They were awesome at Southern Miss, respectively. And then these big schools all wanted them, and they stayed loyal to Huff, right? And came to him to his next stop because he had taken care of them already. But, I mean, that in another world, if Huff wouldn't have moved off, he'd probably just lost the kid from Southern Miss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the safety, I'm saying.
Yeah,
if
but
he
you go to Memphis and you got more money.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like, hey, come with me. I can take care of you. Hey,
otherwise that kid's back at home in Miami or that kid's wherever.
Yeah, I can't pay you what Tennessee can pay you probably, but I can't pay you what Florida can pay you probably. But like, come with me, I can give you a raise, and let's just keep doing this thing together. Yeah, it works. It's a real thing. Yeah, it worked with Bennett Sturtz at Iowa. He followed his coach from Division II to Drake to Iowa, and this is the same thing. Hopefully, we get the same type of results. Before I get you out of here, real quick, I want to ask you about this Lakers thing. It's bananas.
Crazy.
It's also
that went from 0 to 100 real quick, where it was like, this guy might go to jail.
Yeah,
and I was like, what?
and so
I thought he was just trying to get liquid.
No, so it's interesting on that level. Like, I saw Bill on a podcast talk about, he was asking his guest, Mark Walter has been, sentenced too. Is that going to be a real thing? And he's like, yeah, maybe. Like, we might be headed that direction.
I mean, here's one thing that we have learned over the course of the last several years. When you see Feds and SEC in the headlines, bro, they've already got you.
They got you already.
They already have you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that headline until they've already built the case. Like,
it's a bit of a cliche, but like when the
they didn't just start looking at you like, hey, the feds are looking into this.
When the feds knock on your door, you're done. You're done. They already got you.
That's the moment. And look, this was the brilliance of the advice that Tony got that some of his friends did not, which was, hey, whoa, I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry. Here's the money.
Right.
The only thing you can do is say you're sorry. I did it, and I didn't mean to. Right? Other than that, that's where you can get fines. That's where you can get, you'll get punished, but you're not getting prison. If you say, no, I didn't do that, and so this is the Walter thing right now.
In fairness, I'm not trying to make this anything other. We have had a little pattern here recently of like people actually beating Fed cases or them getting dropped for like ridiculous. They should have never been charged.
Right.
But like broadly speaking.
Or Chauncey Billups, you think he's going to get off?
No. Broadly speaking, I just mean like in recent stories, like, broadly speaking, if the feds are on you, you're bad.
They've
you're
usually got your texts. They've usually got your phone records.
Right.
They didn't just start looking at you. Right?
Yeah, this guy's in trouble.
Well, the other thing is there was a story yesterday. He's trying to sell the soccer team.
Yeah, and they're wondering about the Dodgers.
So that's either like, you're going to have to pay $1 bazillion in fines, and so that's why you got to get liquid on this thing. I think, obviously, if you're him, you're going, please be fines, please be fines.
Well, if you're also him, again, not to make this political, but like, you sold it to a relative of the president, this will probably get worked out one way or another. It'll probably get worked out one way or another, but he's going to have to get rid of everything he has, it looks like.
Yeah.
Which is wild. And then the other aspect of it that I find interesting is like the bus kids. It's just sad. Like their dad, like I don't know what happens after you die, but if you can actually, like some people believe this, dad's looking down on us. I bet his heart's broken watching this thing unfold the way it has.
The other thing is like why the Genie verses.
Yes.
Because it's like the other ones seemingly are aligned.
Because she tried to undercut all of them.
This is the Succession.
It really is. It's an HBO.
It really is Succession.
It's an HBO drama. It's a Shakespearean. It's like really she emerged.
I didn't watch that Kate Hudson show, so I don't know what happens in that.
What's the Kate Hudson show?
There's a Kate Hudson show where she basically plays a fictional Genie Bus.
Oh, is it her? I don't know.
HBO.
It's not Kate Hudson.
It's not Kate Hudson.
No,
yes, it is.
No, it's somebody else.
Winning Time.
It is Kate Hudson.
I do not think it's Kate Hudson.
What are you talking
Who played Genie?
I didn't watch it, so you might be right.
In Winning Time, it is
not Winning
Hadley
Time.
Robinson.
Not Winning Time. That's not the name of it.
Just
put Kate Hudson basketball.
Hudson played Genie Bus.
It's a fictional version.
Kate Hudson has never.
It's a fictional version.
She played a character based off of Kate.
What I said.
Okay. In Running Point. A Netflix series.
Oh, it's Netflix.
A Netflix movie.
Okay,
correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking Winning Time. That was the HBO series based off the Jeff Pearlman book. It was great, and it got caught up in COVID, and they had
canceled.
And they canceled it, but it was really good. They had a great cast. Adrian Brody was in it.
Yeah,
it was good. So apparently she emerged as the controlling owner, perhaps by her dad's wishes, but like she fired her brothers, and it's one of those things where as long as you got the gun, you're in good shape. But once they all flipped on her. Yes. And so it's 5 against 1. And for people,
look at how much the thing went up in value.
Well, that's the other thing. It was, if you listen to Ramona Shelburne, they tried to vote on this when Mark Walter bought the team, and it was 3. They only had 3 votes to sell, and they needed 4. And when the valuation went up to 12.5, they got the other 2. And so now it's 5-1 against Genie. And so where we're at right now, and this is what's crazy. Like this really is would be a incredible documentary. The 5 children outside of Genie want to sell, and they believe they have the right to do so. Genie believes she doesn't want to sell, has participated in no vote, and doesn't believe they can sell without her approval.
Right.
And so it's headed to court. The future of the Lakers is really just like in the air right now. It's wild. And with kids fighting over it. People who once upon a time sat around a Christmas tree and opened presents together and like loved each other and stuff are fighting over the Lakers. It's just crazy. And it shows you how just power and money can mess up anything.
Oh yeah,
mess up anything.
When you have no idea what their relationship.
Oh
was,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She may have always. Hated
Oh, and they're like different
You know what I mean?
moms, and like they're different ages. There's big age gaps.
What I'm saying is that she may have always hated them. Like it may not have been the money and the fame.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? She might have just even when they were little kids, you might have just hated them.
Oh, I've read enough about it to know like it was
like they were never. It's not like we were so close.
When I say they used to sit around the Christmas tree opening presents together, that might be an overstatement.
Yeah, they might have just always hated each other, right? Yeah. And then they got mega famous, and like dad died,
and that's what.
And
happened.
then it's like, okay, now I got to deal with this idiot, or vice versa.
I have learned this in my own life, whether it's grandparents or parents, they really do hold things together in ways that things just fall apart when people like I don't have the kind of relationship with my cousins that I used to have.
No, everybody.
And it's because
where we went.
We don't go to grandparents' houses anymore because our grandparents aren't here anymore. Right. That's where we saw each other. We go to grandma's for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and so we don't do that anymore. Right. And then honestly, like when my dad passed, like I don't see the same people I used to see anymore. Right. Like, and it feels like this is a byproduct of that as well. When Dr. Bus passed, things just fell apart.
Yeah,
it might have been hard to hold it together forever, but when he passed, it was over.
That's gonna be messy.
Oh man,
messy. I mean, what the dude selling them might go to prison, and a couple people don't even want to sell them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wild.
All right, Chris Barney, you get out of here. Go over to the other studio. That's Chris Barney. He'll be. Give it an hour and 5 minutes. He'll be on the Grind City Media app. When we come back, we're gonna make fun of Jaden Daniels. You're not tired of making fun of Jaden Daniels yet, are you?
I mean, I don't think so.
The internet's
I haven't seen the latest joke, so I'm not sure.
Man, I can't get enough of them.
I know you can't.
I keep sending them to you, and then I felt like
I do laugh every time.
Okay, good, but there was a point last night. I swear I just kept stumbling into them, and I was like, I'm gonna send this one too. This is so funny to me. And then I was like, I think they're getting bored. I think Bennett and Vernon are getting bored.
No, I always laugh. Well, I have a.
I would appreciate if you hit me with a laugh.
I know.
Dan.
I have.
Just can you hit me? But that makes me feel better.
Well, I have this.
Otherwise, I feel like I'm bothering you. I feel like you're like trying to like lay down with your wife, and I'm hitting you with a Jaden Daniels meme. Hit me with the little laughing emoji just to make me know.
Do that. I have a weird thing about I like will look at people's text and like in my mind, I'm acknowledging their text. Like, oh, I see that. Okay, ha. And then I just don't respond. But in my head, it's like I already did. Like, I don't know what. But I know that other people deal with that.
Well, let me tell you what I'm dealing with. I'm sitting at home. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to bond with my coworkers and friends. And I'm like, oh, this is funny. This made me laugh. I'll send this to Bennett. It'll make him laugh. And then I don't get nothing from you. And I'm like, I guess he hates me.
I can confirm I did laugh every time, everyone you said.
They're so good.
Yes, they are very good.
This is.
I think I even reshared some of the ones you.
But
sent
you won't give me a thumbs up. Can I get a thumbs up?
Yes, you can. In fact, let me just
thumbs up it right now.
Let me just go back in here.
Just go back in there, right? Let's look at what happened last night.
Hold on one second.
Let's look at what happened last night. Let me see what's going on.
Okay,
that's not you. That's somebody else.
There we go. Here's a ha.
Okay, Chris laughed. It says Chris laughed.
I'm gonna go crying emoji for that one because that was pretty damn good.
Give me a crying emoji. How do you determine whether you want to do the ha or the crying emoji? Do you have a strategy for that?
So crying emoji.
I always go there, but is that too much?
It is. Crying emoji has to be extremely funny that you really did laugh out loud in the comfort of your own home or wherever you are. But there's like a complete opposite of it too. Crying emoji can also be like you're kind of like faking it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's confusing.
Like, I think some people use crying emoji and they're like not being serious. Like, you did not really laugh that hard at that. You're just trying to like humor someone.
Well, I mean, I never laugh that hard. I mean, I rarely laugh that hard. I did have a moment the other night where I laughed that hard. I spit. I had a spit take.
Yeah.
On myself. It was my own joke that made me spit take. I thought I was being so funny. I was thinking of the next joke. We were at the wedding. I was turned up. And I was thinking I was on a roll.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of the next joke as I was taking a drink. And the next joke, the one I was about to deliver, made me I made myself spit take. I was so funny. Is that a problem?
You got a good laugh out of it.
I had a moment where I was like, all right, is that wrong?
Yeah, I'm glad you got a good laugh out of it.
I shouldn't be entertaining myself that much.
No.
And is that a problem?
It could be.
I think
That
it
might
could
be a look in the mirror moment.
That might be a look in the mirror. Hand to heart, I did a spit take on my own joke I was thinking of in my head.
Yeah.
I had not even presented it to anybody else yet. I just thought of it while I was taking a drink, and I spit all over myself. I had to take my glasses off and wipe them off. I wish you would hit me with a crying emoji every once in a while, though.
Okay, I will.
That's what I was trying to say. Because last night I was like, all right, I'll cut it out. I had like 5 more good ones I could have sent you.
Yeah.
But I thought you didn't care anymore because you didn't give me the courtesy of a ha-ha.
Okay, I'll try to do better. I always get a little nervous in the group text with like Devin and Rosa and Vernon because I'm scared like I'm gonna send something that's like not. I mean, they're down with like some really inappropriate stuff. Mm-hmm. But I'm scared I'm going to like cross a line. Yeah.
Right.
And they're going to be like, this dude is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. You got to know who you're talking to.
Yes.
Before you send a good murder video, you got to know who you're talking to.
That's right.
You can't just send those to anybody.
No.
I made that mistake one time. I was like, man, check this out. And it was like somebody getting shot in the face.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, man, what's going on with you? And I was like, I thought it was
interesting.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I didn't seen that lately. I thought you guys might want to see it.
Did you see the one of people sitting around eating dinner at that restaurant and the dude just walks up behind the lady? You saw that one? Did you see that?
There's nothing you could say that I haven't seen.
Okay.
There's no murder video on the internet that I haven't seen.
Wild.
I've seen so many people die on the internet.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I see it all the time. Car wrecks.
Yeah.
I see tons of car wrecks.
You know which ones make
lots of fist fights.
You know which ones make me laugh? The car wrecks where like a tire flies off and just completely levels someone that's like.
Well, that's not nice. That's not anything to laugh at. That's not fun to laugh at.
That would get a crying emoji.
If I see,
those get crying emoji.
Noted. I'll see if I see a good flying tire into a windshield. I'll send that to you.
Those are good. Those are good.
I like a good.
No, not into a windshield. Like a person just sitting on the like a little cafe table, like enjoying their coffee,
Bennett,
and then a tire just comes flying.
That's not fun.
Down.
That's not fun. Why are you laughing so hard? That's not fun. That's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Imagine you were sitting there at Starbucks. You got a Frappuccino, whipped cream, and you get hit by a tire. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. Nobody wants that. Bennett. All right, now I'm worried about you. I started this by being worried about me. Now I'm worried about you.
I gotta be careful.
Anyway, just hit me with because that's my cue. Mm-hmm. If you hit me with a crying emoji, I'm like, okay, he's digging this. Mm-hmm. I got more.
Okay.
But if you just ignore me, I'm just like, all right, I guess he doesn't want to text with me tonight. I'll just do something else. And I try to find somebody else to text. All right.
Okay. Got you.
I was just confused last night. I didn't know what to do. I thought these Jaden Daniels things were funny.
They are funny.
Chris thought they were funny, and you were just ignoring us. It's all right though. Hey, you know what? Let's share it with the audience.
Okay, good.
And we'll see if they think it. They'll see if they think it's worthy. Jaden Daniels, this guy continues. He could not have met. We shouldn't even be talking about you. We shouldn't even be thinking about you. And you sent a cease and desist letter to LSU. And now you are the punchline to every joke on the internet. We'll give you some examples. We'll do it next.
We did also get the USA Basketball FIBA World Cup roster. You look at that, you're like, oh, that's an incredible roster. That's an incredibly made-up roster.
They fit.
It's like looking at a puzzle, and you say, ta-da, this is how this all works.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
14 is Texas Tech.
Yeah, they don't have who's their quarterback?
Will Hammond? Where did he come from? What's his name?
It's not Sorsby anymore.
You can bet on that. Will Hammond was at Texas Tech.
Yeah, he's a Texas. He's just been around.
They said, "Hey, we're getting a degenerate gambler to replace you," and he's like, "That's what you think." We're gonna find out that Will Hammond turned this guy in.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Parrish Show. We're inside the Built Ford Tough Studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Jaden Daniels continues to be the butt of jokes on the internet. This poor guy. He didn't know what he was doing, did he?
He messed up. Yeah, he messed up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he messed up.
Even I didn't anticipate how badly he messed up. I knew he messed up. We talked about it the day after. And I sat right in front of this microphone, and I said, like, what a weirdo, man, to be this mad about this thing. And this thing is that LSU allowed another player, DJ Pickett, to be specific, to wear number 5. Jaden Daniels took great disrespect to this because he once wore number 5 at LSU when he won the Heisman Trophy, but did not win the national championship. You might be asking, did they retire his number? Nope. Did they retire his jersey? Nope. So what's the problem? That's the thing. I don't really know what the problem is. They got a new player. They said, what number you want to wear? And he said, is number 5 available? I've been wearing that my whole life. And they said, yeah, number 5 is available. And he said, cool. And they said, cool. And that should have been the end of that. But then Jaden Daniels caught wind of it and actually had somebody, an attorney, send a cease and desist letter to LSU saying, you cannot use my name, my likeness, anything associated with LSU anymore. And ever since then, oh, buddy, it's been bad. Joke after joke after joke. And it's now crossing everything. The Mets, for instance, played the Washington Nationals over the weekend. In one game, beat them 4-1. And the tweet from the official Mets account was, stopped at 4 out of respect for Jaden Daniels. And now this is going on everywhere on the internet. Kyra, if you got one, just throw it up. I sent her a few. These are the ones we were kind of laughing about last night. Look at this one. That's the U.S. Bennett.
That's just tough. I mean, when you get these official accounts for the U.S. Department of the Interior, I mean, that's when you got to self-reflect.
You're getting dunked on by the U.S. Department of Interior.
Yeah.
Now, understand, like, I don't even know who follows the U.S. Department of Interior on Twitter. Do you?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. Let's see.
What is the U.S. Department of the Interior?
Man, Bennett, I've told you before about asking me pop-up questions like that. U.S. Department of Interior.
Related to the national parks in some way?
Man, who knows these days?
U.S. Department of the Interior.
Let's see what they do.
I like to learn.
Yeah, I like to learn too. I wish AI could just tell me real quick so I don't have to do all this stuff. The United States Department of Interior is an executive department of the U.S. federal government responsible for the management and conservation of most federal lands and natural resources. There you go.
Nice.
Okay. These are the people dunking on you, Jaden Daniels?
Yeah. And I mean, look, it's going to get old. Like, it's going to go away, but
it will not go away for a while. Oh, look at this.
This one's by far my favorite.
Even his dad can't wear number 5. Got his dad out there in a number 17 jersey. Tough spot.
Yeah.
Everything you do now is a joke. anything around the number 5 is a joke about you. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. Like there's somebody at Sonic today who is going to make an order and the total is going to be $497.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, kept it below 5 out of respect for Jaden Daniels.
Oh, I mean,
that's going to happen today somewhere.
Bro, don't let them lose a game 21-3 this season or something like that.
No.
Don't let that happen. He cannot let that happen.
No.
Yeah. That'd be a nightmare.
It might eventually go away.
Yeah.
But not anytime soon.
Yeah.
And there's a decent chance that when you play word association with this dude's name for the rest of his life, it will not be Heisman Trophy winner. And it will not be awesome NFL quarterback. It'll be cease and desist. Yeah. Oh, that's the number 5 guy. That's the number 5. Like, there will be little kids in baseball fields this weekend talking about, oh, you're wearing number 5. You don't respect Jaden Daniels. Like, that's going to be like, he is now the go-to joke for anything connected to a number.
If I was him, if it was me, what I would do is I would just fall on the sword and come out and be like, hey, guys, it was kind of silly what I did. And I've seen all the jokes, and they're great. Like you have to laugh at yourself. Y'all are doing good.
I think that's the move at this point.
I love LSU, and I hope LSU continues to use my, name and likeness and to,
Because did you see the LSU tweet yesterday?
No.
Okay, watch this. Kyra, did I send this to you? I think I did. They're literally
that's the guy
highlighting DJ Pickett number 5. They've just decided to make it a thing.
Yeah, I mean, and
they didn't have to do that.
Okay.
You know what that is? That's Lane Kiffin. I'm certain.
Oh, Lane said you better post a video of him.
That's Lane Kiffin saying, hold up. I don't even know you. I was at Ole Miss when you were at LSU, Jaden. Right. I don't even know you. All right? Hey, I just got here. I don't know you at all. But nobody told me we have to ask you permission to give a number, or anybody else. There's only so many numbers. 5 is not retired. I got a recruit. He asked me for 5. I said, sure. Is it available? Yes, sure. It never even occurred to me that I got to ask you for something.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like throwing this into, don't ever use my name. Okay, buddy, we will. Hey, you ready for this? We will never. You ready for this? Never use your name, image, and like. Okay, deal. But you know what we're going to do? Take our new number 5 and put him all over everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, wish granted, buddy. You don't want to be associated with LSU football? Deal.
Oh, God, and I mean,
deal. Hey, you know what? We got Joe Burrow to celebrate. We don't really need you.
Well, the other thing too is they're posting highlights of. I'm not like insanely familiar with the player, but I would assume if he's like going to start at LSU, like he's probably really good. Like he might be in the league one day, and he's a corner. Like,
can't wait for DJ Pickett.
Don't let him get drafted by like the Cowboys or the Eagles or the Giants.
Cannot wait for the DJ Pickett, Jaden Daniels interception. Pick 6 in the league. Looking forward to that.
It'll be tough.
It's just dumb. Like you and if you're exactly right, you're exactly right. If you're Jaden Daniels now, because there's like you might have thought this was a good idea,
or you might have just thought that it wouldn't have become a thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, either one.
Yeah.
Either one. This is what I said last week. Even if you think you've got a point, you can't do this. It's the same thing as the Drake Kendrick thing. Even if you think you've got a point against a record label. Once you get lawyers involved in a rap beef, you're on the wrong end of it. It doesn't matter if you're legally right. It doesn't matter if you've got a point. Nobody cares. You're just the weirdo who got lawyers involved in a rap battle. All right, you lose. Once you do that, you lose. Even if you win, which you didn't, but even if you win, you lose once you do that. It's just bad business. It's just stupid. Somebody's got to step in and tell you. Let me tell you how this is going to go. All right? You're going to get laughed at, in Drake's case, at the Super Bowl. Don't do this. You might have a point. Hey, I'll listen to you explain to me why you think this is a good idea for the next hour. All right? And then I'll take the next hour and listen to you explain to me how you're legally right. All right? And then when all that's over, you know what I'm going to say in 10 seconds? Don't do it. Don't do it because it's not going to go well for you. I heard every word you said. but it's not going to go well for you. You're going to become a joke. Somebody should have told Drake that, and somebody should have told Jaden Daniels that they didn't. It has now set him up in this position. So now what do? How do you get out of it? I think you have to do what you said. I think your suggestion is right. He needs to very publicly laugh at himself and be like, man, I didn't know I was so sensitive. I guess I'm learning about myself. But I was really bothered that nobody called me to ask me if they could wear number 5. But given the benefit of hindsight and all the jokes, I realize how silly I look. Please, DJ Pickett, wear number 5. Wear number 55. Wear all the 5s you want. I might change my number. I might change my number at this point. Hey, you got to laugh at yourself. If you don't laugh at yourself, people are going to keep laughing at you. Once you laugh at yourself, it sort of diffuses most of the other stuff. But if you don't laugh at yourself, people are going to keep laughing at him. Jaden Daniels, call a press conference and smile and giggle.
Number 2.
Andy Kennedy's the new interim athletic director at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. UAB AD, AK. I love it.
I mean,
if we're going to battle for the bones, we now have to beat him both on the basketball court and in that 80s chair, at least temporarily.
I guess so. It was kind of random to see that. I guess he is like one of the longest tenured guys there. Like if you just need someone to run the show for a little bit.
Who else?
Yeah.
This is moments like these where I go, oh man, I'm getting up there. Because like I've known AK forever and have watched him, go from a Bob Huggins assistant coach to the head coach at Ole Miss to, he coached Cincinnati for that 1 year, Ole Miss, UAB. And now he's like, there was a time, I guess, where you couldn't imagine Andy Kennedy running an athletic department. I say that as nicely as I could say it. Same way there was a time you couldn't imagine me doing anything productive. All right. I just love that we've now reached the age where Andy Kennedy's running an athletic department and it's totally reasonable. Like it makes sense. Like it's the it's the thing that they should have done. Like that's his alma mater. Yeah. And he's the biggest coach on campus. And I actually texted him last night and I was like, well, this is a creative way to increase your revenue share. I hadn't heard anybody else try this on the basketball side. Because as you know, athletic directors are now largely in control of how much money you get. Every school can spend up to $20.5 million just paying student athletes. Mm-hmm. And the biggest job athletic directors have now outside of fundraising is trying to determine how you split that money up. Ask Ed Scott how easy it is.
Yeah.
It's not, because you got to look at Charles Huff, you got to look at Penny Hardaway, and you got to look at every other coach on your campus, and they're all asking for money.
Oh, man.
And you do not have enough to give them all what they want. Like, I think the Duke AD was quoted as saying this. Said, when we realized where we were headed and ref share was a thing, and the number's $20.5 million, I asked my football coach, men's basketball, and women's basketball coach. I said, write down on a piece of paper how much money you need to operate your program at the level you need to operate it at to be successful. Just write the number down and hand it to me. And those 3 numbers, you added them all up, and you were way above 20.5 million. They all want more than you can give. And that doesn't even include all the other sports. And so athletic directors are having to make these tough choices. At Indiana, think about what it's like. Indiana basketball has been the biggest thing in the world there forever. In theory, you want all your resources going that way. But now you got Indiana football. Mm-hmm. You're reigning national champ, Kurt Signetti. So like whatever percentage was going to Indiana basketball at one point, it has to have shifted to Indiana football on some level. So this is the challenge every AD is faced with. And so the joke to AK was like, so you're trying to get your rev share up. One way to do that, if you can't convince your AD to do it, just become the AD. Now you're in charge of all the money. Send 100% to UAB men's basketball. I don't think they're going to do that. In fact, I know they're not.
Okay.
But
they got a young football coach, so, I don't know. He better be careful.
We'll be battling for the bones. You ready to battle for the bones?
Yeah, always.
I'm always ready to battle for the bones.
Yeah.
Anyway, congrats to Andy Kennedy. Being the athletic director at alma mater while also being the men's basketball coach. Sounds like a lot of work, as I'm talking through it, but happy for him. Hope he gets a bump in pay.
Number 3.
Pete Crow Armstrong did something that is very rare in Major League Baseball yesterday. Did you see what he did? This is making me sick. I hate baseball now. And Pete Crow Armstrong is not helping You don't know the Pete Crow Armstrong story.
Wasn't he supposed to be a Met, or he was a Met? Was he part of the system?
Drafted by the Mets.
Yeah.
First round pick, 19th overall in 2020. Played exactly 6 minor league games for the Mets before getting hurt. And then was traded to the Chicago Cubs as part of the Javi Baez trade. The Mets were in a playoff push and going for it. And I want to be honest, at the time, I didn't mind it so much. I like the idea of having Francisco Lindor at short and Javi Baez at second base. But, that season didn't end with the World Series. Baez, the Mets opted not to really make a push to re-sign him in free agency. So you basically got 2 months of Javi Baez. You had to give up Pete Crow Armstrong. At the time, again, he's just a prospect more than a player, but he was considered a top-tier prospect. There were people at the time, I wasn't one of them, but there were people who were like, you're going to regret this. I was caught up in the moment. I was just like, man, I just want to win baseball games right now. I don't know how much more time I got left on this earth. By the time Pete Crow Armstrong's doing what he's doing now, I just rather try to win right now. Clock's ticking. And so I was fine with it, I think. But it has not gone well. Javi Baez, again, 2 months with the Mets, and then he moved on. And Pete Crow Armstrong is, if Shohei Ohtani didn't exist, probably be your NL MVP. So 2 nights ago, he had homered early in a game, and then he comes up late with an opportunity to end it. They're literally chanting PCA before at Wrigley. He even gets into the box. And Kyra, if you got it, this was 2 nights ago. Pete Crow Armstrong. This is what they call in baseball. The term is a walk-off homer.
The 2-1. High fly ball. That's to right. That's back. That is gone. Ball game.
I don't think there's anything better than walk-off homers.
Walks it off in the 10th.
Wish he was a Met.
And the Cubs knock out the Sox.
Wish the Mets won games. Walked off. I like baseball. I used to.
It began with a
Look how much fun that
homer.
looks.
Ended it with a homer.
Doesn't it look great? I can't wait to like baseball again. So that was fun. That was 2 nights ago, right? So walk-off homer in an MVP type season. Big moment. Back it up next day. This was yesterday. Guess who's leading off the game? Pete Crow Armstrong. And, got a standing ovation because of the walk-off less than 24 hours earlier. And you ain't going to believe what he did this time.
What happened?
Watch this, guy.
Leading off for the Cubs, center fielder, number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
You ain't going to believe this. Watch this.
High fly ball, right field. That one's back at the wall, and gone.
Look how much fun that looks. Wouldn't it be nice to be a Cubs fan the past couple days?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I got to see him this summer, by the way, when we went to Camden. Cubs were in town.
Pete Crow Armstrong and Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
On the same field.
Yeah.
Breaks my
He
heart.
didn't hit a home run, but they won. I think he had an RBI.
So he becomes, from the night before, only the 13th player in MLB history to lead off a game with a home run and then walk off with a home run, and then became the first Cubs player in history yesterday to lead off a game with a home run after homering in a walk-off fashion in the team's prior game. So historic stuff from PCA. Happy for my friends who are Cubs fans, but he should have been a Met, and man, nothing ever goes right.
Number 4.
The Brewers won 22-0 last night. Did you see this?
That's insane.
22-0. That's Major League Baseball history. Baseball is crazy in the sense that you're just constantly seeing things that you've never seen before. They've been doing this for more than 100 years. And it was just this past weekend we had the Joshua Baez thing. We played baseball every summer for more than 100 years, and what Joshua Baez did this weekend had never been done before in Major League Baseball. And then last night, less than a week later, another thing that had never been done before in Major League Baseball. The Brewers win 22-0. That is the most runs scored by a team in a shutout in Major League Baseball
history. I was texting me and Vernon with our buddy Brian Anderson, who calls Brewers games, of course, last night, just because 22-0's outrageous. And I didn't watch the game, so I didn't know, but he was like, eventually, the other team put in like a position player to pitch because you don't want to waste your arms in a blowout. So, and that dude gave up 9 runs.
That's how this happens.
Yeah, it was like 13-0, and they turned to a position player
that doesn't pitch.
Just throw, get the ball to the plate. We got another game tomorrow. We're not messing up our bullpen. So, yeah. And then it's just tee off. But the Brewers eventually, because the same principles in play, the same for the same reason, if you're down 13-0, you don't want to use your bullpen. If you're up 13-0, you don't want to use your bullpen.
Right.
You're in a playoff race, and every game matters. And so the Brewers eventually turned to position players too.
And they still couldn't get a run. That's insane, man.
The Brewers turned to position players and shut out the rest of the game. So 22-0, historic night for the Milwaukee Brewers, and that's a fun baseball thing.
Yeah.
Do you know this about the Brewers? I don't think I knew this. Never won a World Series. I mean, like if I were to say, when did the Brewers win the World Series? You wouldn't know. You'd be like, I don't know. But would you just assume they had to have at some point?
Just because they've been so successful over the past, it does feel like they've been have some pretty more success than not over the past decade plus. So yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah. Just never won a World Series. But maybe you have the best team in baseball right now. The Dodgers are still going to be the favorite in most people's eyes.
Right.
And I hope you've been doing those Shohei bets.
Dude, last night.
Bro, he's hitting homers every game now.
I got one 2 nights ago. Last night, I swear I'm not lying. Last night, I go into it's the 3rd inning. I think that's when he hit the home run, was the 3rd inning. I go into my app and I look and I'm like, oh, he hadn't homered, and it was like 1-1. So I was like, okay, we might have a chance to get another one. They're playing the freaking Rockies, like whatever. I click on it to place the bet, go to hit the place bet button, and it freezes and says suspended. He hit the home run as I was pressing the dang button.
Got to be quicker.
I know.
You got to get in quicker.
I know, dude. I messed up.
You messed up, man. Hey, you
and I ain't touching it tonight.
Did you mess up? Yes. Did you mess up as bad Jaden Daniels? No.
So
maybe you could take some solace in that.
Right.
Find solace in that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Brewers are awesome. Congrats to them. 22-0. That's a hell of a baseball score.
Yeah.
Got to push your button, Bennett.
Oh, the chat told me not to press it in honor of Jaden Daniels.
See what he's done?
Yeah.
See what he's done?
They said don't touch it. We got to show our respect.
I like that.
Yeah.
Tip of the hat to the chat.
Yeah.
Fever Dream. The numbers are in. 2.6 million people watched it on average. It peaked at 4 million. And you know what that means? That means that is the most watched WNBA game in ESPN history.
How about that?
The people have spoken. We can try to talk around it, but you know what that is? That's the people speaking.
It is the people speaking.
And you know what the people are speaking about?
What?
They like the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese dynamic.
Oh, for sure.
They do. And yes, you can say it. We don't have to lie to each other. The racial component is a part of that. The people have spoken.
Is it?
Yes. Oh, yes, it is.
But that's also one of the biggest games on TV last night. There's not a lot going on.
That was this weekend, but yeah. No,
who'd the Dream play last night? The Fever, the Aces, that's right. Because Alicia Gray said that they're a championship contender last night.
We could put the Aces are the reigning champs. They've got the MVP. They also play these teams, and they don't do numbers like this. This combination is what does the biggest number in the history of the WNBA on ESPN. And it's not because those are the two best teams. In fact, they're not. It's not because they've got the best players. They don't. You know what it is? They have Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And that thing goes back to college, and that thing has a racial component to it, and that thing has taken on a life of its own, and people are watching that. People care about that. That's what that number shows.
And they could very well meet in the first round. They could.
And the WNBA better do everything to put that on the biggest stage it could possibly be on. And what I mean by that is if you have television slots, one better than the other one, I don't care where these franchises are seated.
I don't care who the best player in the league is. I don't care who the best team in the WNBA is, best record, all that stuff. This is your draw. This is what people want to see. Prioritize that. Is that your best series? Maybe not. Are those your best teams? Definitely not. Is that your most compelling possible product? Don't even call it fever dream. I mean, I know that's what it is, but what it really is, you could take Caitlin Clark, put her on any other team, take Angel Reese, put her on any other team, and those two teams would do the same thing this is doing. This is Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. And if the WNBA does not recognize that, I'm not even saying it's great. Like, I'm not even saying it's a wonderful statement about America that this is what is the most compelling thing because of what it represents. I'm just telling you it is. We don't have to lie to each other. And if I'm the WNBA, I lean into that. I don't want to start comparing it to Magic Larry. I know other people have done that. But like part of that, the NBA's rise to what it became, part of that was a big part of that. The biggest part of that was Magic Larry. And if you don't think there was a racial component to that, you're lying to yourself. And here we are all these years later, decades later, and it's still a thing. It's still something. Still something. There's no other explanation for it. Caitlin Clark plays against better teams and better players. And Angel Reese plays against better teams and better players. But when you put those two teams together because of those two women, that's when the audience reaches all-time levels.
Angel 21-10 last night, a big win over the Aces.
Yeah, but give me how many shots, how many makes?
6 of 13.
That's not bad, actually.
It's not bad.
We'll take 6 of 13.
Yeah.
I'll take 6 of 13 from her every day.
4 assists as well.
That's not bad. That's another double-double.
Yeah.
That's another double-double.
Pretty good. Yeah. I gotta get my dream gear for this playoff push.
You're not going to wear dream gear when Sophie and Caitlin are playing against them. You're not going to do it. I will. You won't. I have dream gear. I'll wear it proudly.
Dude, I would buy a pair of Angel Reeboks and wear them in this studio. But you think I won't?
I think you're going to walk in here in a Sophie Cunningham shirt.
No, I'm not. I won't do that. Respect to Sophie, though.
You don't rock with Sophie?
I rock with Sophie. She's at.
Do you pledge allegiance to Sophie Cunningham? Yes or no?
I think she's.
What do you think? Let's figure out what you think. Let's figure out what you think.
I think the past couple of weeks she's been leaning a little too into the.
She said there's no place in the WNBA or women's sports for transgender women. How do you feel about that?
See, I'm not gonna answer that. First of all.
Oh, you sound like Caitlin. Now you sound like Caitlin. I thought you wanted to be Sophie, but now you sound like Caitlin.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm saying I think she's probably like leaning a little too much into like some stuff when she could just be a star in her own right. Like that's where I stand on that.
I would love to see you coming here in a dream jersey against the Indiana Fever, but I can't.
You bet I won't? I for sure will.
If you were going to storm the Capitol, would you rather do it in a Fever jersey or a dream jersey? Fever. I think Fever. I think if they were going to storm the Capitol again next year, January 6th, I think you'd see more Fever jerseys than dream jerseys.
I mean, that's
at the Capitol storm.
Probably fair. That's probably fair.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah,
I'd bet you on that. If they storm the Capitol again, do you think there would be a Sophie Cunningham jersey at the Cap? Do you like we'd be watching video and it'd be like, there it is, there's the Sophie jersey? I say yes. I think somebody would try to storm the Capitol in a Sophie Cunningham jersey. I think so. Do you think so?
No. There's no way any Capitol stormers watch the WNBA.
Oh. But they watch Sophie. They watch Fox News, so they know Sophie. They don't know Kelsey Mitchell. They don't know Asia Wilson, but they watch Fox News, so they know Sophie.
I guess.
Oh, I promise you, somebody storming the Capitol in a Sophie jersey.
Okay.
That's 100% happening.
Well, it ain't going to be me.
It won't be you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When it comes time, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but when it comes time, Fever Dream, first round matchup, are you going to be able to stay true to our allegiance?
Oh, hell yeah.
My buddy Renee Montgomery. She owns the Dream.
Can you ask Renee to send some gear so I ain't got to find a way to get some Atlanta Dream gear?
Yes, I can ask. It seems like she's.
I don't like ordering stuff online.
Okay, she's busy. All right, but yes, I can ask her.
XL.
Hey, Renee.
Give me an XL t-shirt.
Hey, Renee. While you're running a WNBA franchise and also, being an elite broadcaster in television, can you send Bennett some merch? Yeah, I can do that. I guess.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You'll wear it against the Dream.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Or against the Fever.
Against the Fever, right. Yeah. Dream against the Fever. We're going to be a Dream.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see. People like to talk, but at some point you're going to have to probably, standings can go a million different directions, but at some point you might have to really be involved in this. We'll see.
Okay.
We're going to see.
Good.
We're going to see if you put your money where your mouth is.
Let's go.
And by your mouth, I mean your beard. All right.
Man.
Be back with Carry Out.
We did also get the USA Basketball FIBA World Cup roster. You look at that, you're like, oh, that's an incredible roster. That's an incredibly made-up roster.
They fit.
It's like looking at a puzzle, and you say, ta-da, this is how this all works.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
I was going to be rational about the
weren't.
Yes, I was. I didn't even really have like the oomph. Like, sure, I was thirsty for football. Sure, like Carson Beck had that one really nice throw.
What am I? My fault. What the hell am I doing? Why am I paying this attention?
So sorry.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Defend your home court from pests with Terminex before cockroaches, spiders, and mice show up. Terminex, with our pest-free 365-plus year-round protection plan. Visit Terminex.com today and enter code SAVE50. That's code SAVE50 at Terminex.com. At checkout, you enter that code, you can save $50. Terms apply. Go Grizzlies. That website again, Terminex.com. Let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
So if you want to tie stuff we've been talking about today back to current events, I saw the chat mention this. I didn't mention it as we were talking about it, but I had heard this, stumbled into it over the past couple of days. We were talking about Pete Crow Armstrong, Cubs star, former Mets first-round draft pick, Cubs star, former Mets first-round draft pick, but now a Cubs star. Talking about PCA, do you know who used to babysit him? Hayden Panettiere.
What?
Was his babysitter.
Yeah.
His parents are actors. His mother is Ashley Crow, who was in Heroes with Hayden Panettiere.
That makes sense, because I was like, she's famous at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah. He was just sort of randomly, this was years ago, in an interview talking about, I really like going to set with my mom, and it was really cool to get to be around other, the celebrities and actors and actresses, and actually one of my babysitters was Hayden Panettiere.
Dude, that is crazy. Like how I know it's his parents, but like you would think Major League Baseball would like lean into not the Hayden Panettiere thing, but like that his parents are actors.
Right. The idea that you don't know that is crazy.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest stars in baseball right now.
Right.
You should have just stumbled into that.
Yes.
Like it should be just unavoidable, right? The same way with the World Cup's unfolding, and it's like, oh, I didn't know this about him or that. It's just like it just hits you. right? Like, remember, I can't even remember his name now. The buddy, like, the president had to get involved just to get the red card rescinded and all that stuff or delayed or whatever. Like that dude. But it was like, it was impossible to watch the World Cup and not eventually go, so he's from London, but then his mom flew to the United States, and he was born in New York City because they wouldn't let her get back on a plane. It's like you just sort of, that story just hit you. It didn't matter whether you cared about the World Cup or not. It just hit you. That's the way the PCA story should be, with his parents are like famous Hollywood people. Anyway, Hayden Panettiere was his babysitter.
How about that?
And now she's gone.
It's sad.
It is sad. I've been watching. Did you see the post from Klitschko, her former partner, the father of her child?
Yeah.
Just real sweet.
It is.
It was just really, he's like, I'll never let our daughter forget about you, and I will make sure our daughter remembers how great of a woman you were. It's just really sweet and sad, but mostly sweet. I don't know. I was got to watching. So we're now getting more details about, now I'm going to take this real dark. We're talking about PCA, now it's like, yeah, Hayden Panettiere's dead. She was in South Carolina? Just a weird place for Hayden Panettiere to die, don't you think? Mm-hmm. She's in an Airbnb. She just died in a chair. Have you read the story?
Mm-mm.
So she was there with her on-again, off-again boyfriend. Mm-hmm. This guy.
He sounds a little problematic. Yeah. I have heard about him.
He don't sound like the best.
No.
And so he was asleep in a bed. It's like Sunday afternoon. He's asleep in a bed. And his brother comes into the apartment. It's an Airbnb apartment. And like Hayden's just like in a chair. Way down, dead. Like cardiac arrest. And, he's like, oh, geez. And they call 911 and, they pronounced her dead at the thing. But like she's just there. And now people are digging up these old interviews with this guy, her on-again, off-again boyfriend, of when her memoir came out earlier in the year, where like, there were like multiple incidents where cops were called. And,
yes.
Like he more or less admitted to like beating her. And there's some interview I watched with TMZ. I don't know why I watched this much of it, but it was just like, I couldn't turn it off. He's like clearly high, like high, like should not have been on camera high. And just sort of slurring, not making any sense, and these weird laughs, and just seemed like a yuck. And then her mother released a statement, I guess, past couple of days, like, we've been trying to get this guy out of her life forever. He's a bad guy. Mm-hmm. She didn't pin it on him, but you could connect some dots. It's just all of it's just sad stuff.
Yeah.
There was a young woman who had the whole world at one point, and he was dying in a chair in South Carolina. Yuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, she used to babysit Pete Crow Armstrong in better times. I don't really know how to get out of this, so just like hit your button and let's move on.
What's today's biggest game?
All right, Bennett. We're going WNBA.
I took an L last night.
You did take an L last night, but we got a big one tonight.
What's going on?
9 o'clock USA Network. It's the Minnesota Lynx and the Valkyries at the Chase Center in San Francisco. They draw big crowds there, man.
Oh, yeah.
They love that franchise.
Yes.
All right. So it's the WNBA's best. Olivia Miles and the Lynx against the Valkyries. Minnesota minus 2.5 on the road. Totals 163.5.
Ooh.
How you going to act?
I'll take the Valkyries. They've won 6 in a row. I think it's... I think they're going to get a win at home. Yeah.
These top 2 teams in WNBA.
Yeah, give me the Valkyries.
This could be a final showdown. Are you predicting this is a final showdown? It's a finals preview. This could be a finals preview. You think it's a finals preview?
I am not predicting that.
You don't think it's a finals preview?
No.
Because you can't pick against Sophie and Caitlin.
Correct.
I understand.
No, I can't pick against Angel and Alicia in the dream.
Okay, I see. Right. I like it. I can't. This is odd. Like, I'm fired up for the WNBA playoffs. I think they'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get some good matchups.
I mean, we'll probably be watching the NFL instead, but like...
No, I'll be watching both. I got 2 TVs.
I got 2 TVs too. All right. Okay, so we're taking the Valkyries tonight at home.
Yeah.
Bennett says there's an upset. He's taking the underdogs. Yeah. Give him the points of the Valkyries at home in the Chase Center.
What are we watching on TV?
Okay. Have you... This is just funny to me. I don't even know if it's good or not. I haven't really consumed it. This is just funny to me. Have you seen who's hosting? Like, Jimmy Kimmel's on vacation. But the Jimmy Kimmel Show's still live every night.
Okay.
You see who's hosting it?
Mm-mm.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, really?
Is hosting the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
That's pretty funny.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because
it's Donald Trump's arch enemy.
Like, it's the one he brings up all the time.
Right.
Like, I don't know why, if you were the president of the United States or running for president, you'd be bringing up Rosie O'Donnell in the year 2016 or 20, but this he does. He hates this woman. So, in the past year, the president has clearly put pressure on people to. I mean, I should probably stop short of what I was about to say, but like, if it was up to the president, Jimmy Kimmel would not be hosting a late night television show, right? He even got suspended, Jimmy Kimmel, for a bit, right? They took him off air for a minute.
Yep.
And it was unclear, like, where's this thing heading? And then ABC says, hey, we're bringing him back. We're bringing him back. Amendments and all that. And so you go from the president theoretically trying to push you out, surviving that, and then when you go on vacation, the person you tap to fill in for you, hey, I'm going to be out. Could you come fill in for me? Is the person that the president maybe hates more than anybody else. So Rosie O'Donnell's hosting Jimmy Kimmel. I actually turned it on last night. Gene Smart was on. Star of Hacks.
Yep.
You didn't watch Hacks.
We tried. I just did. I didn't.
I loved it.
Didn't.
Okay. I don't know if I just missed this or if I'm just stupid. But they were like, last night Rosie O'Donnell was talking to Gene Smart and she's like, so you said it's over? And I'm like, is Hacks over? And she's like, yeah, it is kind of sad it's over. Like, if she wins an Emmy, she'll go down as the most Emmys ever for like it breaks some kind of record.
Who's the other girl that's in Hacks?
Hannah Einbinder.
She's in a new movie coming out that I really want to see.
Okay.
It's called Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah, it looks good. It's a horror
Sex
movie.
and Death?
Yeah, it's at
the same time?
Yeah, it's a slasher film.
Okay, she's great.
Or a new take on the slasher genre.
I like her. I like Hannah, so she's great. But so I was like, is it really over? Hex is over? And so Gene Smart explained, she was like, yeah, they decided from the jump. They had the whole story from the jump. This is one, like, they planned it to go 2 seasons, then it was a hit, and they went 3, 4, 5. It wasn't something that it was, struggling, so they cut it off where they cut it off, canceled. It was just like, this was always going to be the story. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they just left it. Boom, that's where they wanted to end it. So it's over. But if you watch it, I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hadn't seen it, because it's great. It really is. It's on HBO Max. You can stream all 5 seasons. It's not at a place in the story where there's nowhere else to go. Like, there's clearly more places to go. So obviously that it never occurred to me that it might end after 5 seasons. I guess I just missed the announcement or something. So I got a little sad last night watching it. I was like, man, I like Hacks. I was looking forward to season 6, but I guess there's not going to be one. Anyway, Gene Smart was on Jimmy Kimmel last night with Rosie O'Donnell, and somebody else will be tonight. If that interests you, you can turn it on ABC 24. And if it doesn't, you can watch something else.
What's the best thing we've read?
Candid Coaches series over at CBSSports.com is underway. That's where me and Matt Norlander ask roughly 100 college coaches a variety of questions. We offer anonymity in exchange for honesty. Today's question: who will be the best player in college basketball this upcoming season? The leading vote getter at 43% was Thomas Houck, the returning star forward at the University of Florida. He would have been a lottery pick had he remained in the 2026 NBA draft. They paid him somewhere between $8 and $10 million to come back and play another year of college basketball. He will be the highest paid player in college basketball this upcoming season. He's also on the team that is the favorite to win the national championship. So this is, I don't want to say an unusual situation, but it doesn't always line up like this. The best player in college basketball on paper is also starring for the best team in college basketball on paper. Thomas Houck, the elitist vote getter among college coaches to be the best player in the sport this upcoming season. After that, Jeremy Fears at Michigan State was the second leading vote getter. In third place, Tyler Tanner, the junior guard at Vanderbilt. You can read that. It's on the homepage, cbssports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's going to be Thursday. Michael Wallace will join me, so it'll be good to catch up with him. What are you doing?
Jessica Benson will join you tomorrow.
Okay, Ben.
Mike Wallace is on vacation.
Anything else I need to know?
Well, I was dealing with some stuff before the show, so I didn't have to have time to prep
What does this mean for Friday, I wonder?
Well, she's not going to be here Friday, so we're switching some things up, and we'll figure out Friday.
Okay, well, I'm glad I know.
Yeah, I'm living day to day here, bro.
I think we all are. I think we all are. Okay, so Jessica Benson will join me tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, well, that'll be fun.
Yep.
JB right here. All right. I'll prepare for that. We'll be ready to go.
Let's do it.
Give me 22 hours. I'll be ready to go.
Good.
All right?
Good.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine, and we will meet back here tomorrow at 10. Until then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.